Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are in the world. I just thought I'll come back again and first of all say thank you very much for the feedback of my last posting, which was the foundation of your relationship matters. I was quite overwhelmed to get all that feedback. I got people calling me from the Caribbean, from America, comments which was so humbling. So I'm really grateful to you because it means that I am saying something that can help you, and through obviously God. I try not to be as religious, but God is my foundation. And when I say things, I acknowledge Him in all that I do. But at the same time, I just want to know that I appreciate all you're doing. So today I'll be talking about. I'll be staying on marriage because it seems as if I've struck a chord, and I think I should dwell a bit more on that. So, and it's also very important in people who are trying to get married and people who are married that we do not create room for a third party in our marriage. When I say third party, there's you as a couple, you are one, there's God, and that's how it should be. So when you allow a third party in, then that's creating room for trouble. The third party could be anything from another person to another interest, anything that distracts you away from your relationship and the success of your relationship can be a third party. I'm sure you've heard those terms in so many areas of your dealings. So today I just want to talk briefly about money in marriage. It's very important that couples communicate about their finances because when they communicate, they are working on the success of their marriage. And like I always say, I always refer to material that I think can help. And I'm not going to spend a lot of your time, but these are the things you need to pay attention to. You need to talk about your finances. It's very important. You are both coming from different angles and perspectives of upbringing and philosophies, but you try and bring it into one to have one for your marriage is very important. Write down your goals. What are your goals? What are your aspirations? What are your short-term goals? What are your long-term goals? My wife and I, we've known each other almost 30 years now. We've been married for almost 20 now. And ever since the beginning of our relationship, we've always known our strengths and weaknesses, and we always set our goals regarding our finances. My wife is very good with money, so I let her do a lot with what we do with money, and she has a good, background when it comes to things like that. So I let her take care of a lot of things, and we thank God that we're in a good position. We talk about things, we share things. When she has an opinion, I give her mine, and if mine is the best option, we go for it. If hers is, we consider it and go for it as well, because we are one. So write down your goals, set your goals. You'll be surprised what you can achieve when you write down your goals. We look back now, we thank God for just making those decisions, even if you don't really have a serious formal format of doing things like that. But you have to be able to sit down and have aspirations for what your financial goals are. Very important. Bank accounts, to some people, because of those philosophies and the way of managing the money, some people have separate bank accounts or singular bank accounts, but you have to know what's best for you, and respect each other's opinion on it, and do not let it become a thing for a dispute. Rather, it should be things that makes you stronger, being able to understand your differences and work with those. You have to be very conscious of the fact that the devil wants to come in any way possible. And like I said, don't leave room for a third party. So disputes when it comes to things of a different opinion does not necessarily mean it's a strain, but it's an advantage to have more than one perspective concerning one, and then you agree on one and you move forward. And don't let it be the issue where you dwell on and make all unnecessary grief about matters that are not really that serious. You discuss your bank accounts. Build an emergency fund. It's always good to have emergency fund, especially for people like us in the diaspora. Sometimes you get some calls and my magbati cool, or something like that. Or so you have to, spend some money on an unexpected expense that somebody has called you, and you know that because of the responsibility and the position you find yourself in, you have to assist. So you can do that. Also, when your kids, my son is about to go to university now, so we thank God that we have put that in our plans to ensure that we're in a good position to a certain degree. So we have to look at things like that in our relationships. Design a budget. You always have to design a budget. Look at what your realistic expenses are. You know, be careful about what you spend. There's so many apps nowadays that tell you what you're spending on what, and it gives you reports or on a weekly or monthly basis, depending on how you design that report to be brought to you. That is quite helpful. If you're spending too much on takeaway, be mindful. You're spending too much on gadgets, be mindful. It could be so many things or the other. Just do that. Track your budget. Make sure when what you're spending is on track, so that you're not overspending or underspending or not meeting your targets and obligations. Have meetings as often as possible, probably weekly or monthly. Let if you have children, let your children know that these are the things you're doing, so that they can also develop. These are the things that bring relationships together. These are the things that make relationship works. It's very, very important that we do these things. We also have to aim to get out of debt and stay out of debt. It's very important. Share responsibilities. It's very important that we share responsibilities. Don't just leave it on one person to do certain things. And God will continue to open our eyes and help us. But one thing you have to realize is this: when you are doing this thing, you are communicating with your partner, you are agreeing, you are resolving disputes, and you are building each other up in things of success. And your marriage can only be better off with it. In the Bible, it says in James 10:10 that the thief comes and he has three missions: to steal, to kill, and destroy. When God has ordained marriage, the devil will want to come against it. But God did not design marriage to be unsuccessful. He wants it to succeed, and he has put everything in place for us to succeed. The only thing we have to do is just make sure that we do what is necessary to ensure we get the best out of it. I think that's key. We have to remember that anything that is good needs to be looked after, and God has ordained marriage for it to be good. So let's look after it, because if we don't, the devil will come in and do his job to kill, steal, and to destroy. So it's very important that we bear that in mind. Let's communicate with one another concerning those sensitive issues. Finance is a big one of them. Like I always say, I know, I've been in a situation where I've had to counsel so many families over the years regarding different matters, and finance is also a big one of them. So we just give God the glory that he will continue to guide us. Please find this useful. If you have any comments, please do not forget to go to my Facebook page or look for ways to contact me. If you are good on social media, you know how to reach me. I need your feedback. I appreciate your feedback so far. God will continue to help us, and I'm really happy that you spent time listening to me today. A lot longer than normal, but I believe that God has a plan and he will make it work. I hope to see you on the side of success, and that's the reason and passion behind these videos. So God bless you. Have a great day and a great financial future. Bye.